Okay.
Hi. Hey, Brandon. So I have a series of multiple questions I want to ask you. So my first question is, who is our faculty advisor and where is his office?
So his office is in GMCS. I don't know the exact number. And his name, I believe, was John.
Joseph Maha.
Joseph what?
Maha.
Mahatma?
Maha. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Second question is, what is the campus program funding, and why is it important to PSA?
So the campus program funding is basically what AS gives to our club, and so it's the amount of money that they set aside for us to use for anything that we want. So that can be arranged from specifically just for board, so like retreats. It can be used for food, and it can also be used for stuff to be bought for activities like energizers or icebreakers, and even social events, like if you need props or something, or posters.
And my last question on top of that is, how would you better utilize AS funds?
So as of right now, I know that we don't have a lot, and with what we have, we still use as much as we can. So next year, if we do happen to receive more, then I'll be sure to put it more towards most likely VCN, since it'll be a new thing that we're starting. So I know that's probably gonna take a lot of money. So with that, we'll probably put it toward props and advertising.
Do you have any new fundraiser ideas for next year, and how do you plan on making them more effective?
So a new fundraiser that we could do would be something similar to like a pie off that CBP did, but rather than with pie, it could be another kind of food. And so that's one fundraiser that I was thinking of. Another one that I was thinking of was kind of like a roulette kind of game where you have a table, and then you would spin it, and so whatever that comes up, that person has to do it, and so then we'll donate how much that slot says. So to more advertise to our GBMers, we could mention it in a newsletter as well as mention it every GBM, so that they can know the date and how often, and so that they can get it in their heads. So it's like, oh, okay, it's coming up, it's going to be important, and so that they can come out.
What is your system for reimbursements?
So for reimbursements, if someone has to buy something or even gas, then I would like for them to send me either the physical receipt, or if not, then a picture. But I prefer the physical receipt, and then I would do my best to reimburse them with what we have. So that's usually all of it, most likely.
So if and when you clash with someone on cab, how will you go about resolving that conflict?
So if I have a conflict, then I would like to talk to them personally, and then I want to hear their side of the story and ask them why we clashed, and so I want to know their reason first so I can understand their side better. And after that, I'll give it thought so that I can choose the best course of action to help resolve the conflict. And depending on how bad it is and if it affects the whole board, then I'll probably also ask the other person if it's okay that we share the conflict with board so that we can solve the conflict faster.
Why is budgeting so important for treasury?
So budgeting is important for treasurer because it's basically then divvying up how much money should be allocated to each event or each social or retreat, or basically everything. So because of that, and there's so many things going on throughout the year that we have to be pretty much on point with how much we have and how much we can spend for each event, as well as for paying for people such as like, you know, gas. So if we didn't have a good budgeting system, then then we would go bankrupt, and then that would just be